Hi girls, today's recipe is for the mushroom lovers. I'll be making mushroom rice casserole. I'll be using leftover chicken from last night and some leftover rice. So this recipe is ideally for any leftovers you have. Make use of them. You can add any chicken you want. I'm using mushroom since it's a mushroom casserole. I wipe them clean. You're going to need salt and pepper, 1 onion, 2 cloves of garlic, some chicken stock, 150 milliliters of sour cream, some mushroom sauce. If you don't have that, don't worry, that's optional. And I've got here some frozen peas. So let's start chopping, slicing, dicing all these ingredients. Let's start with the onion. Get a bowl and put them in a bowl, and then keep that aside for now. Let's start with the garlics. Just thinly slice them. Like that. Then put them aside. And let's start chopping the mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms, but I like chopping them. Add as much or as little as you want. You could use any sort of mushrooms you like, but that's what I had in my fridge. And the last one. And then put them in a plate, and then leave that aside. And then let's start chopping the chicken to small pieces like that. If you've got a whole chicken, bang that in, shred it. That's all my chopping and slicing done. Let's start the next stage. So begin with adding 2 tablespoons of oil to a pan on medium heat. And to that add your onions. And your garlic. Add a bit of salt to season it. My salt is not working. There you go. And then I'm going to add my pepper. And then cook your garlic and onions for about 10 minutes until it softens up and goes a bit brownish. So get a lid, cover it up and cook it for 10 minutes still. Right, it's been about 10 minutes. I think my onions have softened. They're gonna slightly brown. So now I'm gonna add my mushrooms. And cook them for about 5 minutes, mixing them continuously. Now once the mushroom has softened, I forgot to mention that you're going to need 2 tablespoons of plain flour. So add 2 tablespoons of plain flour to the mushrooms and then mix that, and that's to thicken the casserole up. So mix that until the rawness of the flour goes, so about 30 to 60 seconds. Mix it because it is going to start to stick at the bottom, so don't burn them. And then once the smell of the flour has gone, slowly, bit by bit, add your chicken stock. Add a bit first, then mix it, and then add more. Like that, and then add the remaining stock. It does seem a lot, but it will dry up. It's gonna thicken. There we go. To that, I'm gonna add my mushroom sauce. So I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons. When it decides to come down from the bottle, there we go. 1, 2. Then mix it, and I'm gonna cover it and let it cook for about 3 minutes. Let's see how they're doing. Right, it's still watery, but don't worry, it will dry up. I'm gonna add my chicken and my frozen peas. Gently give it a mix, and then I'm gonna add my rice. taste it to see if you've got enough salt in it. If you haven't, add a bit more. And then I'm gonna turn the flame off now, and I'm gonna add my sour cream. Make sure you have the flame off, because if you add it whilst it's cooking and boiling, it is gonna curdle. So don't say I didn't warn you. I'll add about 3 tablespoons. And then mix that. Now this casserole is done. You can have it now as it is, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in the oven just for about 15-20 minutes to thicken up. And if you want, as you're putting it in the oven, you can layer it at the top with breadcrumbs if you want it, you know, like crispy. But I'll stick to it without the breadcrumbs. Mix it all. So get yourself a dish, oven-proof dish. I've got one here. And then I'm going to transfer my casserole to the dish. There we go. Even it out. And then put it in the oven on 375 Fahrenheit for about 15-20 minutes. And then you're done. So let me put this in the oven and I'll join you back in 20 minutes. So let's check on our casserole, guys. It's been 20 minutes. And there you go. How delicious does that look? Don't you want to have a bite right now? If I were you, I'd have that right now whilst it's piping hot. But obviously you can't. And I can't as well because I don't have mushroom. So that'll be a nice surprise for the girls today. Enjoy, girls. Have a good day.